Welcome back to the 93rd episode of the BatChums podcast. I'm Drew Leiter, and joining me tonight is my co-host, the man, the myth, the new legend, Mike Gordon.
Howdy! We are back with the Joker. Joker.
Yes, and I'm feeling a little artistic tonight.
Pop goes the Joker, and the Joker goes pop.
So this is Batman Season 2, Episode 57, Pop Goes the Joker. Episode aired Wednesday, March 22nd, 1967, directed by George Wagner with two G's.
Haven't seen the Wag in a while. So, yeah, he's back.
And written by Stanford Sherman.
And we are familiar with his work as well.
It is a picturesque day in Gotham City. Alfred...
see, picturesque. Got it. Picturesque. We're already with the puns.
It is a picturesque day in Gotham City as Alfred is perusing through artwork at the Bernie Park's artistic procurers. Man, can these people ever write something I can say?
I don't know. That's they have to keep it pretty short, Drew.
Alfred,
Yeah.
Alfred informs Mr. Park that his employer, millionaire Bruce Wayne, is very interested in acquiring an original Muzzy.
I do want to point out he's not on here for long, but I do think he shows up in the second half as well, but I'm not sure. But Bernie Park is played by actor Reginald Gardner, English actor who was around from 1903 to 1980. Very solid actor. He got his start. One of his first movie roles was uncredited, but he's featured in Alfred Hitchcock's The Lodger from 1927. And he also was in such movies as The Great Dictator, 1940, two Christmas classics that I watch almost every year at Christmas. The Man Who Came to Dinner, 1941, and Christmas in Connecticut, 1945. And he's great in both of those. He also, oddly enough, was in the movie Black Widow. That's from 1954 that we talked about a little bit when we talked about Black Widow episodes just recently. And I think his last role was actually an episode of The Monkees from 1968. He was in The Monkees Mine Their Manor. So yeah, he's got a ton of credits. He's always a great fun whenever he shows up in something, I think. So it was nice to see him here.
Mr. Park suggests that Alfred meet the artist himself. Alfred states that would be his pleasure. While Alfred is not looking, Mr. Park switches the price on the painting from $5,000 to $7,500 when Alfred is sorry, I had to laugh because I wrote when Alfred was not looking twice on there. While Alfred is meeting the artist, Mr. Oliver Muzzy, Joker makes an appearance along with two of his henchmen. The Joker starts ranting that the paintings are an outrage against art. Now, I got to say here, because I'm a big Batman '89 fan, because that movie came out when I was in high school, a freshman in high school, right? And there's a scene in that movie where the Joker goes into the museum and him and his henchmen start spray painting all these pictures.
Yep.
And when I saw this, I was like, is that where they got the idea for that movie?
I
Was from this
mean,
episode.
I mean, it does kind of ring true, right? Like, yeah, his vandalism of art in that movie is very similar to what he's doing here. So, yeah, I don't think it's a coincidence, Drew.
Alfred sneaks into another room as the Joker continues to rant about the art. The Joker exclaims this ugliness must be destroyed. Grabbing his paint guns from his henchmen, the Joker sprays red and green paint all over the paintings, ruining them. In the other room, Alfred calls Mrs. Cooper, wanting her to tell Mr. Wayne about a painting. At Wayne Manor, Bruce and Dick come strolling past Aunt Harriet. She stops them and tells Bruce that Alfred just called from the park gallery. There's a painting there that Bruce will really be interested in called The Laughing Man. Bruce decides that Dick and him will go look at it right now.
This is it's interesting because again, bat logic. I don't know how he got that from that, but okay. And then but this is one of the rare occasions where Commissioner Gordon doesn't call Batman, but Alfred does. I don't think we've ever seen that before. So a little bit of a twist there.
Bruce and Dick hurry to his study. Bruce tells Dick that this is Alfred's way of telling us that one of Gotham City's arch criminals is at Park Gallery right now. Holy tip off! The Joker! Who the bat poles? As Bruce and Dick race to the bat poles, Dick wonders what happened to the signs. Bruce explains that Alfred removed them to put on a new coat of paint. Dick replies, "Good old Alfred." Now, we got to stop here for a moment because as soon as I saw that scene happen, my gut was telling me this is the episode. Well, not this half of the episode, but in the second part, this is probably the episode I've been waiting for, where I know that Joker somehow gets on those poles and goes up and down like a yo-yo. And I don't remember if he enters it from Wayne Manor or if he enters it from the Batcave. That's what I'm very curious about. But I do remember this episode when I was a kid, where the Joker's going up and down the bat pole like a yo-yo and gets dizzy or sick to his stomach or something. And I'm guessing this is a great setup, not having the names on the bat poles. I felt
Interesting.
this was very intentional. So I was very excited when I saw this because I'm like, this is probably the episode I've been waiting for.
Maybe. We shall find out. I don't know the answer to that, if it is or not, because to be honest with you, I remember this one, but I don't remember that image that you're talking about specifically. So I'll be curious to see if that pans out. But I do know that we have mentioned before at times when they've gone in and there have been signs and labels there.
There was
So,
one
apparently
or
Alfred has maintains it a lot, and it would make sense because, I mean, up all that sliding up and down, like it would do wear and tear. You have to be constantly repainting that, right?
yeah, as much as Commissioner Gordon calls them.
Exactly. So yeah, that's on brand there. So, but I
So,
did figure you're right. They don't usually because they've never mentioned it before.
yeah.
It's almost like Dick's like, I don't know which pole to go on now.
You get the smaller one. Bruce has got the bigger pole.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Just just ask what's her name? From from getting his milk and cookies a few episodes ago.
Oh wow. Okay, yes.
Batman and Robin arrive at Bernie Park's artistic procurers. They take out both the Joker's henchmen. Joker warns the dynamic duo to stay back or he'll turn them into Paisley Shawl.
The I should mention too, real quick, that the henchmen who are not given names. It's very rare that in this show that the henchmen are not given names. So they're just credited as first henchman and second henchman. So that's kind of a little weird. Um, but look, I'm not going to make a big deal about them because they're not named. But I will say that the actors are kind of interesting. The first henchman is played by Jerry Catron. He was around from 1932 to 2017. He had about 50 credits. One of his earliest roles is in The Twilight Zone, The Last Flight. He also was in he was a henchman in two episodes, different henchman, I guess, of The Green Hornet. And he was in three episodes of Star Trek as a yeoman. I think Montgomery was his name. Operation Annihilate, The Doomsday Machine, and Journey to Babel. He's in those three episodes. And then the second henchman was played by Jack Perkins, who was around from 1921 to 1998. He has over 150 credits, but he was also in the Twilight Zone episode, The Last Flight. So a little bit of a reunion for these gentlemen. But he did a lot of like stuff like I had said, 150 credits. He's in a lot of stuff throughout the 60s. He's in The Outer Limits, Get Smart, Honey West, The Munsters. He's also appears in The Green Hornet. He's also a stuntman too, so he's listed as a stuntman, so that's why he might have been doing stunts on a lot of these things. He was actually in the episode playing a henchman, an uncredited henchman in the Batman episode from the earlier this season, The Devil's Fingers, the one with Liberace. But he was also in a Star Trek episode, Bread and Circuses. He was in three episodes of Little House on the Prairie as well, playing different characters. And finally, I think his last credit is in the unfortunate series Automan, which I don't know if you remember Automan,
Oh,
but
I loved Automan when I was a kid.
so that was one of his final credits. So, yeah, two guys again. The Star Trek connection is still on brand. Like we are almost every episode now. I think we're faced with somebody who has that sort of Venn diagram in common. But yeah, so it's kind of fun that these two guys. But I was really surprised that they aren't named. They're not given artistic names or, brush and paint or something or like they didn't even make the effort to give them to get the henchmen names, which is kind of unfortunate.
From the stain from the stains on Joker's gun barrel, Batman thinks that the Joker is using very soft bullets. Joker shoots Batman with his paint gun. Batman punches so hard that he falls. Batman punches the Joker so hard that he falls back into the wall, knocking over a painting. Joker grunts, complaining about internal injuries. He thinks he's going to die. Bernie Park hopes that he does because Joker has destroyed priceless works of art as well as a great loss of his profits.
I don't know if you recognized any of the pieces, but there are some recognizable prints, I would say. They're not actually like the actual work of art, but I think one of them in particular, I think it's called American Gothic, is the one with a couple standing in front of the farmhouse.
Yep.
That's pretty famous, the guy with the pitchfork and all that. And there's a few others that are recognizable as well, I think. And yeah, it is kind of when Joker lays into these paintings, it is kind of alarming. Like, oh my God, they're like, don't do that, don't do that, because he might be using soft bullets, but that paint is going to stain. So that's kind of and I did see an observation too that this might be a turning point for the Joker in this series, in that uh, we'll go on and see and test this out. But I've heard that this is where the Joker becomes much more a manic agent of chaos rather than a intellectual genius. Because I think we've mentioned before how he's really smart. He's coming up with all these gadgets and here he's and doing all these insane things, but there also seems to be a plan behind him. And in this, he just is going crazy. Like there's no plan, there's no ransom demand, there's no, I mean, what does he hope to get out of this? Like there's no money involved. Like he's ruining all these paintings just for nothing. So this is, but I find it interesting that both are the intellectual and the manic side of Joker are ones that you can play with because in the comics it's been established that the Joker reinvents himself all the time. And I liked how like it's interesting to see if the show is going to do that as well. If he's going to be just now like a crazy lunatic all the time, or if he goes back to inventing stuff or whatever. But and we'll see in the second episode too. I mean, right now he doesn't seem to have, yeah, he doesn't seem to have a plan. Like he's just destroying paintings and then he gets knocked unconscious. Well, not almost unconscious. He and thinks he's going to die, and then and then yeah, the plot resumes. But very, very, very different Joker for a little bit, you know.
The artist Oliver Muzzy tells Bernie Park to shut up. He's been trying to paint this modern stuff for years and never got the hang of it. All he could ever draw was stupid looking farm boys and puppy dogs. Oliver Muzzy points at the Joker's handiwork and calls it art. He congratulates Mr. Joker, calling his work magnificent. Maybe this dude's lost his mind. Robin exclaims, "Holy hoaxes!" as the Joker picks himself up off the floor. That kind of, I noticed that remark kind of invigorated the Joker here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Joker tells Mr. Muzzy that these boobs have no appreciation for fine art. Mr. Muzzy replies, obviously, and then asks Mr. Joker if he would consider sharing credits for the painting. Joker agrees to co authorship. Joker calls Batman a peasant. Philistine. What can you expect from a man who appears in public in such a ridiculous outfit? The Joker signs the paint on Batman's costume with a J. Now Batman is wearing an original Joker, signed by the artist.
It this is now we've seen modern art, pop art, sort of, mentioned on the show before. Obviously, this show has its place in pop art because it is in some ways a living, well, a live action pop art piece come to life, so to speak. And Andy Warhol at this time, Andy Warhol and artists like Roy Lichtenstein are using actual comic panels, like from that they did not do, but they are just taking comic panels right from the comics and just blowing them up and saying that they're their artwork, which is, very, very controversial. And that was sort of the point, because, if you're not talking about it, then you're not doing anything, right? So there's this sort of um, shot at, but this show looks at the modern art too, the pop art movement that it is quote unquote part of, and still makes fun of it. This is not the first time we've seen this. The Clock King's Crazy Crimes earlier this season did that too, where he was a pop artist, right? Like he masqueraded as the pop artist so he could break into the museum and get some real pieces, right? Um, so I do find it interesting, and so that this show is littered with takes, fun satirical takes on the art community, not just pop art, but as we'll see, other forms of art too.
The Joker calls his henchmen, stating that they are leaving this zoo full of baboons. As Joker is leaving, he tells Batman to stay out of art galleries. Robin asks Batman if they are just going to let the Joker walk out of there. Batman replies that they have no choice. Joker has committed no crime. As a matter of fact, he's increased the value of the paintings. That's under debate. Batman thinks they should discuss this with Commissioner Gordon.
So you're telling me that if the Joker in real life put destroyed or put, like, some paint on and defaced an actual painting in a museum, that the museum would not be able to try to sell that for more money, that people would not be interested in buying that piece
You
of
know
art?
what? People would buy Joker's art. I know they would. There's some
Exactly.
crazy people out there.
Well, yes. So yeah, the whole thing is crazy. But yes, I look, I'm not a fan of defacing art, so at all. But I even I can see, like, yeah, these would probably go for a lot, in some cases, a lot more money, because they would have, like, oh, did you get that piece? Oh, the Joker, did something to that. So. That would be understandable. So I definitely can buy into this at this point.
At police headquarters, Chief O'Hara can't believe the nerve of that clown, spray painting all over Batman's shirt. Batman should have cracked his paint for him.
It does look kind of cool. Like he's got this like sort of red spot on the center of his chest, and it kind of looks a little like blood. And it's signed with a J. Because the Joker signed his art on him. And so yeah, he's kind of walking around. I'm surprised there's not a variant figure of that. I'm surprised I've never seen that. So
Batman is not concerned with the damage to his costume, but the Joker's potential damage to Gotham City. The Joker has some larger scheme at which this is only the first step. I'm glad he sees it because I don't.
well, I mean, that's what I'm saying is that the Joker usually is smarter, like, and has some plan and some scheme. But it really doesn't, because that's the way he's operated in the past, but it really doesn't feel like he is got one this time. It just feels like he kind of falls into this and then makes do with it. But we'll see where it goes.
Chief O'Hara agrees with Batman, stating that that crook has something up his sleeve besides his elbow. Batman suggests putting some extra guards on all the museums. As for the valuable private collections, Chief O'Hara agrees to watch them like a mother hen.
Oh
That's
yeah.
about all he can do until the Joker makes his move. To the Batcave, Robin.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be fine. Uh by the way, I also want to point out too that it is not lost on me that for some reason in this particular, I guess it's because of what they were talking about with the art world and everything like that. Um, but the Joker, Cesar Romero's Joker, does sort of bear a resemblance to artist Salvador Dali, Spanish artist who we've talked about before. I think you're familiar with him, right?
I'm trying to. You said you've talked about him before.
Yeah, he did. He was a surrealist that and quite a popular artist. That his most famous painting, I think, that you would probably recognize is the Persistence of Memory, which has clocks kind of melting into.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but he was around from 1904 to 1989. So this was at the height of his popularity in the 60s. Even though he wasn't a pop artist, he was more of a surrealist. He was also a very big promoter of himself. I mean, he appeared at all the events, all the parties, all the like. He was a big name. And if you look at images of him, he's got this crazy mustache that goes out to, I don't know. It's like they're like whiskers, really. They go out pretty far. He also was a cat lover too. But if you look at Caesar Romero as the Joker here, he kind of has a resemblance to Salvador Dali in some shots, and I didn't really notice it before, but in this one, it really like hit me hard. So I was like, wow, that's I don't know if that's intentional, but it is a happy coincidence if it is not intentional.
Back at the Batcave, Alfred apologizes for not having any clean costumes. He meant to wash them, but he's been very busy trying to repaint the bat poles.
Well, and they had one, but then a police officer shot it in like last week. So shot it full of holes. So they're kind of down a costume, right? So
The bat phone rings. It's Commissioner Gordon. He informs Batman that the Joker has been invited to enter the Gotham City International Art Contest. Commissioner Gordon states he has five play or Commissioner Gordon states he can have 50 plain clothesmen at the contest. Batman thinks that would likely put the Joker on his guard. Instead, Batman advises to plant just one man, preferably one who knows Baby Jane Towser, the wealthy young socialite who organized the contest.
Okay, so Baby Jane Towser, parody of Baby Jane Holzer, who was a socialite that was part of Andy Warhol's circle and in the New York art scene in that 60s era. In fact, Baby Jane Holzer, acted in a movie that Warhol directed in 1964 called Batman Dracula, which was sort of his weird take on Batman Dracula. And in fact, he did some publicity shots where I believe he's dressed as Robin. And I don't think it's Baby Jane, but there's a model that's dressed as in a bat suit too. So Warhol had some fun with Batman as well. But yeah, the 1964 movie featured. So I have to think that this is a direct reference to her. Um, and let me just say too that Baby Jane Towser, who we haven't seen yet, but we'll see soon enough, is played by Diana Iverson. Now, I have not been able to find much on her at all. I mean, she did about half a dozen appearances in movies and TV shows and stuff. And other than that, there's no birth date. There's no, I don't know if she's still around. So if you are, Diana, hi. And howdy. And yeah, there's not a lot of information on her. Like I said, she only did about a half a dozen credits during this time and then stopped. I did see that I did find an article, a review of a play she did in Atlanta called Bus Stop, which was made into a movie starring Marilyn Monroe. And she got good reviews in that because that was from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. But other than that, there isn't much on her. So yes, not a lot to talk about with her, but yeah, she's an enigma on this show.
Commissioner Gordon has the perfect man, Bruce Wayne, the millionaire philanthropist. He's cooperated with the police many times in the past. Batman thinks that is an excellent idea and suggests that Commissioner Gordon call Mr. Wayne immediately. When Batman hangs up,
You should say, oh, that's right. Um, right. So yeah, because I was like, because he's not in the office, because I was like, you can wait a few minutes. Nope. Call him
no,
immediately. I'm like, wow, that's bold.
he's in the Batcave.
He's in the Batcave, and this is unusual, but I don't know if you noticed, but next to the bat phone, there's a regular black phone.
That black phone's been there before.
Oh, has it? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, man, that just seems to be really convenient. And
So,
I wonder if there was supposed to be a scene where he calls him, but that was cut. Because I'm like, why else would the phone be there?
yeah, I thought there was going to be something too, and there wasn't. So, I bet you that it did get cut.
Yeah, maybe.
When Batman hangs up the phone, he wonders why Joker is entering that contest when they are not offering a cash prize. The next day at the Gotham City Art Center, before the Gotham City International Art Contest begins, Baby Jane Towser introduces the five world famous artists who are competing. First, the renowned Spanish artist, well known for his pink and blue periods, Mr. Pablo Pincus.
Obviously, Pablo Picasso.
Second, the American artist, Mr. Jackson Potluck.
A take on Jackson Pollock.
Third, the painter of the world famous fresco midnight snack, Leonardo da Vinci.
Obviously, Leonardo DiCaprio. Uh,
Fourth is the Dutch artist, founder of the Neo Gammon School of Art, Mr. Vincent van Gogh.
Yeah, that's Vincent Van Gogh, of course.
Yep.
Look, yeah, these are not even contemporaries. Like they're all over the part. And Pollock and Picasso are abstract artists, but I wouldn't call them pop artists. And Van Gogh was an impressionist. Da Vinci was a sort of like an artist that was more uh, I can't really think of the name for his art, but it was a different kind of art. It wasn't pop art. So we are just sort of lumping these guys all in and having fun with it, which I don't mind. But Rhett, for my money, it doesn't matter. Any of these guys don't matter. The monkey steals the show.
Finally, Gotham City's own entry into the art contest, the Joker. Dick wonders how they can clap for the Joker. Bruce responds that Joker is from Gotham City and this is a hometown crowd.
Yes.
Baby Jane Towser reveals that the artists have 3 minutes to complete a painting. At the end of that time, the judges will select a winner and award the grand prize. On your mark, get set, and Baby Jane Towser fires a gun to start the contest. I'm like, what the heck?
She pulls out the starter pistol. I'm like, holy crap. Like, on your mark, get set, pop. And I'm like, wow, that took me for a starter pistol. That gave me quite the start.
Bruce informs Dick that modern art tends to be rather unrestrained. Robin replies that Governor Stonefellow should declare this place a disaster area. And I'll blame them there. They're just throwing paint, they're painting with their feet, they're rolling in paint and rolling on the. It's crazy.
But the monkey, he's just throwing like little blobs of paint at the
I know.
canvas. I'm like, I could watch that for an hour.
The artist isn't even doing anything, it's all the monkey.
That's true.
Mary Jane Towser approaches the Joker, telling him the time is almost up and he hasn't started his painting. The Joker replies he is almost finished, every line in place and every color balanced. It just needs a one more it just needs one more little touch that he doesn't actually paint. Baby Jane Towser fires the pistol one more time, indicating that the contest is over. The judges consider the works of these marvelous artists. One of the judges points at Joker's painting and asks, "What is that?" The Joker replies his painting is titled Death of a Death of a Mauve Bat. The judge asks, "Where is the bat?" The Joker answers that the bat is dead. It died in 1936, a very bad year for bats. He's just pulling years out of his butt.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the 1936 reference, if that's a reference to something in particular, but
Baby Jan Baby Jane Towser agrees. Of course, the bat is dead. It's symbolic of the emptiness of modern life. There is absolutely no doubt who the winner is, the Joker. Baby Jane Towser announces that Joker's painting, Death of the Mauve Bat, will hang in an honored place in Gotham City Museum. As the winner of the grand prize, Joker announces the opening of his new school for aspiring artists, where he will personally instruct his students in the secrets of modern art. Applications for the Joker's Art Institute are now being accepted by his henchmen. I mean, assistants. Millionaires only, please. Baby Jane Towser wants to be the very first student at Joker's art school. The Joker answers, "Of course, my dear. Your filthy rich daddy is several times a millionaire." Baby Jane Towser states that she is the heiress to a paperclip fortune. Bruce is starting to see Joker's plan. I'm glad he is. He wins the contest so he can start his own art school, in which he enrolls only millionaires. Bruce decides to enroll in Joker's new art institute. In the Batcave, Robin informs Alfred that they are getting a good strong signal from the homing device in Bruce's pocket. The bat radar scope indicates that he's at location RIP 478. That's a weird location. Checking with the bat computer, Alfred states that location RIP 478 is a building on Eleanor Place. Robin adds that Bruce is carrying a miniature bat communicator under his jacket lapel. He'll only notify them if Joker tries anything. At the Joker's Art Institute, the students are working on still life sculptures. The Joker walks around giving his criticism as the students work. The Joker tells Baby Jane that her sculpture is the fruitiest that he ever saw. Baby Jane replies that she is not sculpting fruit, she is sculpting the Joker. The Joker states, of course, he recognizes it. He didn't realize that he was so handsome. Joker moves on to Bruce Wayne's sculpture, stating that it is terrible. Why, even a 3-year-old could do better than that. The Joker shows Mr. Wayne, stating that's more like it. Bruce Wayne knows what the Joker means. That's about the level of a 3-year-old.
Hmm.
Joker Joker states that he does Joker states that he does the jokes around here. Mr. Wayne agrees that was one of the Joker's better ones.
Wow. I like Adam as Bruce. We don't get a lot of like I mean we get him here and there, but usually he's running around and trying to like getting becoming Batman and everything. So we don't get really extended scenes there that much with Bruce Wayne. So but Bruce Wayne and Joker know each other, like pretty well. Like the last time we saw them together, they were going into cahoots together because Bruce Wayne needed money, right? Like so he was part of this plan there. So but Joker's sort of I guess, forgive and forget. Well, with as rich as Bruce Wayne is, I'm sure he's like, yeah, that's fine.
But if you remember, I think the last time he was with the Joker, when Robin showed up and he was trying to help the Joker fight Robin, he was bumping into his guys and tripping them, and Joker was getting mad at him.
Yeah, and then he tried to coerce him to killing Robin,
Yeah, that's right.
and so yeah, I think Adam and Caesar have a pretty good rapport here, even if Adam's not in the Cape and Cowl, he still they still play off each other pretty well. It's kind of fun.
Yep. Joker tells Mr. Wayne that he is funny, but the joke's on him. The Joker calls for his henchmen, and they pour into the room with weapons, paint guns. The Joker warns Mr. Wayne to not try any heroics or the women might get hurt. Mr. Wayne states he should have known someone like the Joker would hide behind the women. Baby Jane asks the Joker, how could he? The Joker answers that we artists should not be judged by ordinary standards. They are a special breed. Mr. Wayne tells Joker he is a special breed, all right. Joker tells Mr. Wayne to button his lip or he'll be buttoning his shroud. The Joker announces that ransom notes have already been sent to their families. Each family owns a valuable Renaissance art collection. They will be delivered to the Joker in exchange for their lives. The Joker orders his men to tie them up. Why is Joker wanting Renaissance art collections when he could just ransom them for money?
We've mentioned that before. Sometimes the villains they'll raise money so that they can buy something, a device that can get them more money. Like it's like just steal the money. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
it
the
but
Joker can build his own devices.
I mean, if you're asking why when it comes to the Joker, that's just like that's just a fool's errand.
Yeah, that is very true.
I mean, if anybody should get away with, just doing something for something's sake, it's the Joker. But interesting too that Baby Jane here is not she's not like their typical. She's not a mall at all. She's just sort of at this point. She's not too bright, but innocent bystander in all this. So she's not. I mean, she's helping him in a way, but she's not realizing who he is and what he's really up to. Um, and it's a different take on that sort of character in a story like this. So it's not your typical like, oh, Joker, I'll follow you anywhere or whatever. We've had those before, and this is kind of different. So I kind of dig it,
Yeah,
even
she's
though
kind
her
of a
performance is kind of stiff.
she's kind of a Joker fangirl.
Yeah, she is a Joker fangirl. Yeah. So I think one of the reasons that the actress might have disappeared is, and not really publicized her whereabouts is because, you know, among a lot of people who love this show, even her performance is not regarded very highly. She is not regarded very highly as one of the better females or any actor on the show. I don't know. I don't have a list of worst actresses or worst performances or whatever, but yeah, she gets the job done. But yeah, woo, there's a lot of like not great things said about her online.
Back in the Batcave, Robin paces back and forth impatiently. He tells Alfred something is wrong. The Joker doesn't go this long without trying to some under The Joker doesn't go this long without trying some underhanded trick. Suddenly, the bat phone rings. Commissioner Gordon informs Robin that they have put their friend Bruce Wayne in terrible danger. The Joker has kidnapped the art class and sent out ransom notes. Holy hostage! Robin believes Batman and he can find them. If the police show up, innocent people might be hurt.
So shouldn't Dick already know this? Shouldn't he have got a ransom note?
Well,
A
he
ransom
is down
demand?
in the Batcave. Maybe Aunt Harriet got the ransom note.
Oh my goodness. Aunt Harriet, look out. She'll go crazy.
Robin believes that something happened to Bruce. Robin believes that something happened to Bruce's bat communicator. He tells Alfred to stay and watch the bat radar scope in case Joker moves while he's en route to the Joker's studio. Robin explains that he will take the emergency bat tunnel to Highway 1 and catch a bus to Gotham City.
He just walks out. I'm like, okay, that's odd. Didn't even take the Alfred cycle. Like Alfred should have been like, dude, you can at least use this. But we've established that yes, Robin still can't drive.
Back at the Joker studio, the Joker warns the students that their families had better send the loot pretty soon, or they will all find themselves at the bottom of the river. Joker hopes Bruce Wayne's family doesn't deliver. He'd enjoy dropping Bruce in the drink. Bruce hopes he Bruce hopes Joker's better at that than at painting. Joker tells Wayne he's gone too far.
You tried
Robin
too
enters
far.
Robin enters the window and yells Joker's name. Bruce punches the Joker and a fight ensues. Robin and Bruce Wayne take on the henchmen. The fight goes on for quite a while until the Joker punches Robin into a pile of pink goo. Bruce Wayne is overpowered by the Joker's henchmen.
And Robin's mask very comes close to coming off
I
like
I
very.
noticed that. He was almost unmasked by the clay or
I
whatever the
don't
heck
know.
that was.
I was freeze framing it or just paused it there. I don't know if that's Burt Ward there. It might be the stunt guy. That actually took the face full of goo. Um, but I'd have to, yeah, examine it more. But yeah, when I looked at it, I'm like, oh, maybe that's not Burt. Sorry, Burt. Face full of goo.
The Joker laughs at Bruce Wayne. The nerve of that rich, smart Alec thinking he could match wits with the Joker. One of the henchmen asks why Batman isn't there. The Joker replies, because Batman is afraid of him, you dolt. The Joker knew the day would come with Batman's when Batman's spine would turn to bat jelly. The Joker is only sorry he isn't there to enjoy a special surprise they had cooked up for him. The Joker thinks Bruce Wayne would make a good substitute. The Joker is beginning to dislike him as much as Batman. Minutes later, the Joker has Robin tied to his newest artistic creation, the mobile. Too bad that chicken hearted Batman isn't here to die on it. Robin yells that Batman is no more afraid of the Joker than he is a flea. The Joker scoffed that is no use trying to alibi for him. The Cape Crusader has turned coward. As soon as the Joker leaves, he will activate a motor that will start the mobile rotator. The Joker will see how long Robin can dodge the razor sharp palette knives. Holy, holy hamburger! Robin will be cut to pieces by the blades. Bruce tells him to stay with it, old chum, while he tries to loosen his ropes. Robin states by the time that Bruce gets free, there'll be nothing left of him. Robin diced to dribbits? Batman can't cer- Batman can't certainly help him. Will Joker go free to practice the art of crime and make a crime of art? Find out tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's not, yeah, it's not the first time. As a matter of fact, in the last Joker two-parter that we just talked about, I mean, Robin was looking at a death trap, and Bruce Wayne was right there watching again. Although he was being forced to pull the trigger, but here he's not, but he still has to watch. So this scenario is it seems a little familiar, but yeah, the mobile is kind of interesting looking. But yeah, the blades don't look threatening. They look a little bit more threatening though the spiders did in the last story, but but no, this is it's fun. It's a fun take and satirical look at pop art, sort of making fun of itself in some ways, and once again, Cesar Romero is just on top of everything. He's just so joyous to watch.
Yeah, I thought this was a fun episode, and I'm excited to see part two to find out what happens.
Yeah, I got my fingers crossed for you, buddy. I hope that true. I hope it happens because if it doesn't, then you're going to be a sad Drew.
Yep, but that just means it'll be coming up probably in season three.
Maybe I don't know how many more. Yeah, because this is we're really close. This is the second to last story, right? So we've got I think after this, we finish this story, and then we've got one more two-parter, and then that's it for the season. So.
Yep, we're getting close. All right, well, that wraps up another episode. Do you have a shout out, Mike?
Well, since we are talking about the Joker and since we are talking about Cesar Romero, I thought one of the things that I got for Christmas might be a good shout out. And I have been reading the new book, Cesar Romero, The Joker is Wild. It's a biography on Cesar Romero, the actor who played the Joker, and it is by Samuel Garza Bernstein, and it is part of a series that the University of Kentucky does called Cinematic Masters or something like that. Screen Classics, sorry, Screen Classics. And they're all solid books, and they basically focus more on the career than the personal life. Although with Caesar, it's kind of you have to mention his personal life. I mean, he was one of the few closeted actors that really made a name for himself, and living with that while he tried to make his way. He was born in America, but he had Cuban parents, and so he has Cuban ancestry. And he started off as a dancer, and gradually got into Broadway and started doing acting roles, and then made his way to movies. So he was a movie actor for a long time, and then made the transition to TV, and played some interesting parts along the way. So his film debut I think I mentioned this before, but his film debut was in the 1930s movie The Thin Man with William Powell and Myrna Loy, which I love that series. So I was, but it was interesting because as much as I've seen that movie, which is a lot. I knew Cesar Romero was in it, but I didn't know that was his first movie role. So I thought a speaking role anyway. I think he was featured in something else before that, but he didn't have a speaking part. And he shows up in a lot of other great movies too. I have not got to the chapters that talk about Batman yet, but I'm making my way through the book, and it's solid read. So I recommend anybody who's interested in certainly Cesar Romero, anybody who's interested in Hollywood at that time, and uh, I don't know how much, it doesn't go into the history of the Joker per se, but I don't know. Like I said, I haven't gotten to those chapters yet, so I don't know if that's going to be coming up. But it's been a fascinating read so far. So it made me appreciate his performance all the more.
That's interesting that he was in The Thin Man because I know they're playing that at the Art Craft tomorrow night.
Oh yeah.
So,
Well, if you want
yeah.
to go see Cesar Romero talk on screen for the first time, there you go. You can see it on the big. I don't think I've ever seen it on the big screen. I've seen The Thin Man a lot, but I don't think I've ever seen it on. I think I've always seen it at home.
Yeah, they're playing The Thin Man tomorrow night, and then on Saturday night they're playing The Thinner Man.
The Thinner Man.
I think that's what it was. No, it's called After the Thin Man. Sorry.
Yeah. The second one, which is
Yeah.
after The Thin Man. Yeah, there's I think seven movies altogether. And Yeah, After the Thin Man has a very young Jimmy Stewart in it. With a notable part. Yeah, it's they're fun. I love the Thin Man movies. And Yeah, and I think Nick and Nora Charles are like, you want to talk about relationship goals. They're like one of the perfect couples. Um but yeah, I've been keen to watch as I've been reading about some of the productions that he's worked on. I've been keen to watch a little bit more Cesar Romero movies, seek them out. But yeah, it's been a good read so far. Man, been very interesting.
Cool. All right. And for my shout out, this week I'm going to shout out about the BatChums newsletter because I don't know if everybody out there realizes we've been putting out a newsletter every week for the show that comes out. So, like when this show comes out, we'll have a newsletter that goes along with it. It's got, the description of the show in it. It's got all of some pictures from the show. I usually put in some sort of comic book recommendation or whatever, something to check out or something you didn't know about. And then, of course, at the end of the newsletter, we have our shout outs and links and stuff. So I just want to make people more aware of that. So you can go to the batchums.com website, go on our link tree. There's a link to it there. You can sign up for it. So
Absolutely. Yes, that'd be fun. I mean, I get the newsletter.
I get the newsletter too.
So there's two subscribers.
We have a few subscribers to it, but I just want to make sure everybody was aware of it because
Yeah. Well, hopefully we can do even more with it. Because we have some ideas of how we're going to do things this year for our patrons, for our supporters, the newsletter, everything. So yeah, keep watching this space.
so me personally, I always look forward to because I don't pick out the pictures, you pick out the pictures. So I always look forward to see what you picked out for this episode. So I like looking at them.
Yes, we do. Yeah, I mean, I include some pictures anyway on the video when we post it on YouTube, so people can see some of the pictures. But usually, that's only half the pictures that I pick out. So
So, yep. All right. If you'd like to comment on anything we've talked about tonight, you can reach us at our feedback line 317-455-8411. Text us, leave us a message, or you can email us at batchumspodcast@gmail.com. All right, you ready to get out of here, Batchum?
Bat chums are ready to move out.
Atomic batteries the power, turbines the speed. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Don't worry, the art is yet to come.